Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. We're holding in Menachos Daf Hey. We are starting 6 lines, actually 5 lines at the top of Mudalef. From Shimon Menachos. So what do we learn till now? Till now, the first we had in this sugya, by the first sheet to the sheet of Rav. Rav told us that Menachos ha'omer shekomtzo shelo lishma. You did kmitzo to the omer shelo lishma. It's out. Why? Why is it out? Because it was supposed to be matir v'lo yitir. Meaning, he explained something that has a purpose. It's coming here to do something. If it did not do it, it's possible. Hi, what about all the karbanas that come to be mechaper, not mechaper? Karbanas is different. He wants to say a difference between achamiso. I think more about a to Rav. But the Yesod of Rav is something is coming to be matir, but it was not matir. It's possible. Now we're going to learn shita number 2. Then we're going to get eventually the shita number 3. So shita number 2 is the shita of Rish Lakish. Shimon Lakish Omer Minchas Omer shekomtzo shelo lishma. It didn't Minchas Omer shelo lishma ksheiro. It's kosher, like any other korban they do shelo lishma. V'shireyo ein necholim. But you're not allowed to eat the shirayim until you don't bring Minchas Omer. Because we have a rule. What's the rule? That you cannot have chodosh until you bring Minchas Omer. So when do you have chodosh? When you bring Minchas Omer. This was not Minchas Omer. It was shelo lishma. So it is kosher. The korban is kosher. Korban is kosher. You machshir the korban. Even though the korban is kosher, you still need to bring another korban to machshir, so you can't eat it. Right? It says the Gemara, 1 second. I have a problem with that. I have a big issue with that. And here the Gemara introduces something that, to my recollection, we did not mention this in the Gemara until now in the Zvachim. Rashi quoted it, but this is a big nekuda, very important nekuda to know in Hilchos Karbanis. So the Gemara mikra v'hechi karvo. How do I makriv the korban? Mi mashke Yisrael, mina mutar Yisrael. We learn from the pasuk in Sefer Yechezkel. It says that you bring korbanos mi mashke Yisrael. So more dash mi mashke Yisrael. Only something which is mutar Yisrael, that's something that you can bring a korban from. If it's not mutar Yisrael, meaning a Jew, a regular Yisrael can't eat it, you can't bring a korban from it. We'll get back to that in a moment. Well, I don't understand it. But says the Gemara, what do you mean? If I bring the Minchas Omer, Shalai Lishma, can I eat it? The Yisrael? No, because it's Chodesh. Chodesh is not mutter until you bring the Minchas Omer. So it's not mutter. So why is it a good korban? Anything I can't eat, I can't bring as a korban. I'll tell you why. You can bring it that day. Minchas Omer will come later. If this one is not kosher, you have to bring another one. So within this day, within the next 24 hours, it will be kosher. So if so, no worries. So that means it's ein mechusas zman l'rebayim. It's the same day, and therefore it's okay. Now here comes the that's the Gemara says. In other words, the fact it is mutar Yisrael. Why? Not right now. A little later. We have over here the guy with this concept of mashke Yisrael. We have a big chakir in the Achronim. Very famous. I mean, many Sefer Achronim bring this chakir. What's the pshat? There has to be mutar Yisrael in order to be good for the korban. Is the pshat that the same problem that you have for Yisrael to eat it, you have for the Mizbeach to eat it? Chodesh. I can't eat Chodesh. So Mizbeach can't eat Chodesh. We'll see later. Treifel. I can't eat treifel. Mizbeach can't eat treifel. So is it just, it's like a simon. In other words, if I can't eat it, I can't eat it. Or the pshat is, because I can't eat it, I can't give it to the Mizbeach. Regardless if the Mizbeach can eat it or not. Let's bring the raya and then we'll explain the avon on it, because Siyaka speaks about it. The raya, there's 2 rayas that the Achronim bring down. I know there's a few rayas, but 1 or 2 rayas to mention. One raya is that the Gemara, the Yerushalmi brings, when you have a water that was open overnight, can you drink from it? Why not? Because a snake. Because of I forgot the word. But it's
venom.
Yeah, the venom of what? Actually, the venom of a nachash.
Anyway, today it's not Shabbat.
Today we say today says today we don't have it, some say you do, but you have the Megillah, it's called Gilui. Megillah. You have Mayim Megulim, you're not allowed to drink. Why can't you drink Mayim Megulim? Why? Because sakana, because you may die from it. Does that apply to Mizbeach? No. Mizbeach won't die from it. You'll be fine. It says in the Yerushalmi, I cannot bring Mayim Megulim to Mizbeach because it says Mashki Yisrael has to be Mutal Yisrael. If the same problem, the issue is the Isser, so the Isser to me is Isser to Mizbeach. But Sakana is not an Isser, it's just you don't do things which are dangerous. For Mizbeach is not dangerous. So Yerushalmi says you can't. Cannot. So here the Achronim bring a raya. From here you see that the reason Mizbeach you can't bring something which is not Mutal Yisrael is not because the Mizbeach has a problem. It's because whatever it's wrong for you can't give to the Mizbeach. It says the Kilas Yaakov, what's the Svar? It's almost like a Svar al Pi Machshava. The Kilas Yaakov. The Stipler. The shot is, if you're bringing it as a to the Mizbeach, basically you're saying, I can't eat it. Let me give it to the Mizbeach. This is garbage. Yeah, let's not leave it to garbage. I'll give it to put it in the Mizbeach instead. You don't give to the Mizbeach something that's not good for you. If it's good for you, my food, I'm going to share with Hashem. I can't eat it, so I'll give it to Mizbeach. That's what it looks like. So that's why you can give Mishkat Mashka Yisrael to be Kosher Yisrael. Another raya is the raya here, the Gemara just says, today will be okay, it's fine. So what else there? If you're saying whatever I can't eat, I can eat it right now. I can eat it later, but I can't eat today. Once I can't eat it right now, I can eat it in a few hours. So he's back, can't eat it right now. See, for me, that's not a pshat. Pshat is, whatever I can't eat, I can't give it to his back, because his back has an issue. But I can't give them his back my leftovers. If for me it will be okay in a few hours, I could give it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's another line.
There's no exceptions to that.
The what? Mashka Yisrael? There are some exceptions. The Gemara's going to bring one classic achronishtik question. Yeah, Achronim bring it. That's I brought it in the Shomach Shav. I'm going to for the staff. Is the shaila is how do you bring korbanos to Yom Kippur? You can't eat it. You're not allowed to eat today. So how do you bring korbanos? It's a shaila that Klichemdo brings. Klichemdo in Parashas Achrei brings the shaila. How do you bring korbanos to Yom Kippur and you can't eat it? So let's see now in the Gemara. We'll have one of the answers that Achronim say depends on the hamshech of the Gemara. So let's go on.
But is it the Zman or is it the
No, the Gemara says so as long as that day, you want to say because your Kippur is din in Zman, that's one answer. That's a staple answers. Several says it's not a din, it has to be a din in the Oichel, not a din in the Zman. And there we'll have to could be back to the previous Chekiyah. Because the Pshat is it's also to me, it's also to them, so it's also. If it's not also to me, Pshat is like I can't give my leftovers to his back. It's not leftovers for me. It's real food. It's good food. I just can't eat it right now. Okay, so the Gemara. There's something in birds that you don't have by flour. Meaning two people can join together to give a oif. It can be partners. But Menachos you cannot bring with two. Rashi brings the source. You can bring, we'll see it later in the Masechet, that it says nefesh. For the word nefesh, you can't bring a mincha as a partnership. There's also sources. So meaning that you can oif comes from chus kapara. Every time, as Rashi points out, the zav, the mitzayro, they bring oif, not a mincha. So, let's bring the bird. It's called mechusar kapara. So, mitzayro, nazir, yoledis, all called mechusar kapara. Still missing the carbon to be matir. And whatever is usher outside is mutar kodesh. What? How do you kill a bird in Beis Hamikdash? with a Meliko. Meliko is also in outside, and a Kodesh is mutter. So that's why Oif is different than Mincha. Menachos don't have all that. There's Menachos have something different than Oif is. Menachos, tunas kli. You need to have a vessel. Tnufa, no, there has to be Oif. You don't have to put in a vessel. Tnufa, you have to pick them up. You have to touch them to the mizbech. You have a korban tzibur, which is a mincha, like Minchas Oimer, but you do not have an Oif tzibur. Why don't you say another thing? So I don't understand. You just told me Minchas Oimer, I can't eat. But for the Kodesh, you couldn't bring it. You're allowed to bring the Minchas Oimer to Beis Hamikdash, even though you can't eat it. Minchas Oimer Shaloi L'Shva. I can bring Minchas Oimer to Beis Hamikdash, even though I cannot eat it myself. So you see, you just said that for something outside I can't eat because I can't kill it with my finger. But in Beis Hamikdash you could. So I was like, tomorrow, also Minchas Oimer. My mincha also is something you can't eat outside, you can eat inside. Same answer. It's going to be mutter today. It's only a few hours. That's not considered to be that it's usher. Basically, should bring a question. Higdim matan shemen lematan dam. Person in Mitzayro, he brought the oil before the blood when you have to do the blood first. The din is imalenu shemen v'yachzoi v'din shemen achar matan dam. Fill it up and do it again. If he did matan boim is matan sheva before the doing the sheva's azos, he gave it on the behoinus, which is the thumbs of the mitzayro. Imalenu shemen, he should do it again. V'yachzoi v'din matan boim is achar matan sheva. He should do boim in the right order. This I don't understand. You just said that within the same hour is not considered to be Mechus Zman. So if I do A before B, it's the same day, who cares? You see from here, the Mechus Zman, the same thing missing that day, doesn't work. But Mitzoyo, I have a special word, Havayo. Special example that I have to keep Mitzoyo in the right order. He did the chatos before the Hasham. Also by, I believe on Mitzoyo. Don't let someone mix the blood. Also, let it get ruined, get it overnight. If it takes away the sefer, right, and have to burn it. So in other words, I changed the order, you ruined it. Why change the order is a problem? I don't understand. We're talking about Mitzoyo. Mitzoyo said it says about you can't change the order. I understand if you do the avoid in the wrong order. But shchita is not avoida. So why do you carry the shchita in the wrong order? Right? By shchita is not avoida. So they didn't say avayo. Didn't say avayo, so what's the problem? You shech the one too early, mix the blood, and then do the other one. The kasava here is mizrach patio. Ooh, says no. There is mechuzas man. I cannot bring something which will be mutter later today. So right now, Minchas Oimer Shaloi L'Shva is not edible. So you can't bring it. So why Rish Lakish says you could bring it? He said you can bring it right now. Because Rish Lakish holds something else. He holds me there, right? So when is Oimer mutter? When you can eat Chodosh? Here, Mizrach Etir. This is a sugya on its own, which we'll see Beis Hashem later. The shaila is, when exactly do we say you can eat Chodosh? What the Mishnah that we're going to learn says, we had it a little bit in Kiddushin, is that we have a din that the most mandamari, not like Rish Lakish hold, that if you bring the Oimer, you cannot eat Chodesh until you bring the Oimer. If there's no Beis Hamikdash, so then it really should come from the morning. Came Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri and said, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, and said, no, you have to wait for the evening. Why? Shema Yibon and Beis Hamikdash, maybe Beis Hamikdash will be built next year, and people will think I can eat right away in the morning. Which Shlokish holds me the right, so you always can eat in the morning. I don't have to wait for the carbon. That's it. Right? Rabbi Yochanan and Shlokish they both said, even when the Beis Hamikdash exists, when the Avayam with base, he here mizrach matter. Once you're at the morning, you can eat. So you make mele what? Mele vos. Mele the chodesh is already mutter. And we can eat chodesh. I don't have to wait for the mincha to come. It's already mutter. That's all good. Why do we wait for the oimer? It's only a din derabanan. Right, and it says it's a mitzvah. He brings the Gemara L'Kaman that says a mitzvah to wait. But the Ma'aseh, what's the din? The din is they should eat it in the the first thing in the morning. This is how we said Rish Lakish hold that way. Didn't say clearly in Rish Lakish. We just learned it, implied it from his words. Not a mevim minchas bikurim uminchas behimo koidem loimer. You don't bring a mincha bikurim and minchas behimo. What is a minchas behimo? Rashi says minchas nesachim, regular mincha. So a mincha bikurim and minchas behimo koidem loimer, you don't bring it. Why? Because you can't eat it. V'himi v'pasul. It's pasul. Koidem l'shtelech l'yavi. If you bring it before the two bread and shvuos, because you have to bring it before. V'himi v'kosher. So that's only if you're bringing before the 16th of Nisan. Why is it kosher? Because Amakasova here mizog matir. Why can you bring in the 16th before your brother Omer? The answer is because it's already mutter in the morning. He holds that the minute you get to 16 on the morning, first thing, you can eat chadash. So from here I can bring every karbonis. Lechatchila not. Lechatchila you want to wait because of the mitzvah to bring the oimer. But it's okay. So that's what Rish Lakish holds. That what? The minchas oimer should come to Shalishma. You could be makriv it. Why could you be makriv it? Because why not? You can eat it. You can eat it right now. So the Gemara, the Rava, my Rava said. Minchas ha'oimer shekomta shaloi lishmo ksheiro v'sherei nechon. Let's go back. Let's summarize what we hold. Yesterday's daf, we learned the shita of Rav that said that if you did minchas ha'oimer shaloi lishmo, what's the din in that oimer? It is kaput. It's possible. The more discussed the whole Amud Beis, and the more concluded in the beginning of Amud Aleph, tiyuvto the Rav. Came Rish Lakish and said, doesn't really work, but it's kosher. Meaning, you still have to bring another minchas ha'omer, but it's kosher. Comes now Rav and says, no, third shita. You did shalol lishma, it's kosher l'mehadri. I don't have to bring another minchas ha'omer. Let's see it again. It's kosher v'shireya necholim. Okay, the shiraim. I'm good to go. She'ein machshava morelis me'ila. You know, it's for machshava to ruin the carbon. It only works ela be mi sheroy la'avoida. Has to be someone who's right to do la'avoida. Regular kohen, not apostle. Ubedavar roy la'avoida, like minchas chitim, but not minchas oimer. Why? Because it's made out of barley. Because it's not right to any other avoid. It's the only. That's what Rashi explains. Any roy l'shum avoid da'acheres. So we know something that's usually good. Minchas ha'omer is not usually good for any other avoid. U'b'makam haroy la'avoida, and only in the place of avoid. Says like more. Mishor la'avoid la'fuk kohen ba'mum, meaning apostle. U'davar la'avoid la'fuk minchas ha'omer d'lechazio. It's not right to any other mincha. The chidushu. Rashi points out. 1 second, you could bring where else you bring barley as a mincha? By a soito. So yeah, but it's still different because that's gerish and that's two different types of flour. So it's not the same thing. If the mizbeach got ruined, you cannot bring the machshava won't ruin it. If a person does an avodah when it's not the right person, time, or object, and he has a bad machshava, doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. Okay. So the Gemara, Keshuoimer mina bokor lamato. It says in the pasuk mina bokor. Now the way you read it, because it says im oilo karboni mina bokor. It says before that mina beheimo, mina bokor, umina tzoy. And we darshan, there's a drosho that is in Mesechus Bava Kama. Mina bok mina beheimo lo yitzia roiveya vanir. By come to take an animal as a relationship with a human being cannot come to mizbech. Mina bokor lo yitzia nevo. If you worship it, it can be. If the Rizor can be on his back, take away the designated one. Now continues the Gemara to Darshan. We're quoting this brayso from Mesechus Bava Kama. Won't have to tell me that. Take away treifo. I said Bava Kama. I see the point on the side. Maybe this part does not come Bava Kama. What do you see from here? You exclude the treifo. The treifo is not good to be a korban. So the Gemara V'aloidino makes sense. Ma ba'amu shemuteres la'edrut asur legavoya. Treifo she'asur la'edrut and she'asur legavoya makes sense. You don't need a pasuk for that. Ba'amum, you can eat the ba'amum, right? If an animal is missing a limb, can you shecht it and eat it and have a good nice siyum in the house of Mendy? For sure. But if it's treifo, you can't. So kol shkabat korban treifo, you can't. Says the Gemara. So treifo she'asur la'edrut and she'asur legavoya. Bring a riot from fat and blood. Shasur le'edrut, an individual cannot eat the fat. Can I eat the blood? But you can bring on the mizbeach. What does it mean? The other parts of the animal are edible. So I can't eat the fat, I can't eat the blood, but I can eat the meat. But treif you can't eat anything. So it won't be mutar gavoya. I don't need a pasuk for that. So they're going to be melika techiyah. Bring around melika. Melika is what? Shechting the bird with a finger. Shekula isor v'asur le'edrut. The whole thing is asur. Umateres legavoya. So maybe treif will be the same thing. Mali meliko shekin kedusha soy sarto. Meaning, what makes it asur? The fact you didn't shecht it, you did it with your finger. That's what makes it kaddish. The same pe'ulo that makes it kaddish makes it also. It's different than treifah. Treifah doesn't make it kaddish. Right? Let's give the parentheses. Ma she'enke v'treifa she'enke dushato sarto. That's not what makes it kaddish. If you shout, you won't have an answer. Kishoyim min abok lamato. She'ente would leima lo yitzi that treifah. So that's why I have been a book to tell you treifah is not good. So you go, Mayim Yishafto. So if you want to answer, what do you want to answer? That's a sugyo. You want to tell me treifo should be also because it's also to an individual. What about Aimer? Aimer you can't eat before you bring the chadash, but I can bring it to gavoya. So the Gemara man Aimer shekem materes chadash. It's materes chadash. When? It's Vateres Chodesh. It makes the Chodesh mutter. Don't be right from treifo. Says the Gemara, listen to this very carefully because it's going to get big enough coming when we get in the sugya and going back to the words that we saw before. Beshviz. Shmita. Shmita, can I eat it? Is the Oyim Mati Chodesh? No, I can't eat the Chodesh. Because it has Dusha Shviz. So the Gemara, Shviz, Namish Kamateres Svichim. Mashviz is allowing things that grew on their own. What is tzvichin? Tzvichin, when you have things that grow on their own, what is matir it? The oimer. Says the Gemara, kiva the omer tzvichin asurim b'shviz. Kiva holds you can't eat tzvichin in shviz. He's always certain. He has dusha shviz. Right, Rashi points out that's what it is discussed a little bit because when you come to the time of that's mutter, you already have to get rid of it. What's the din by Oimer? What's the din by Shmito? When it comes Shas Habir, we have to get rid of it. When is Shas Habir? Fesayim is before Pesach. So it's already awesome. Now, here's a little bit of a problem, because we have a big machlekes Rishonim. What do you do with fruits of Shemitah, Shas Habir? What do you do with it? Plays the Rambam, against the Taisis, Rambam the Ramban. This Rambam the Ramban, that's the Ikr. The Rambam holds that, if a Rambam is mistaken, I'll open up a secret between the Rambam and the Ramban. One of them holds the Shasa Biur, you have to take the Peir Shemitah and get rid of it. The Ramban says no. Give it to Anim. You have to get rid of it. So according to the Ramban, what's the asking? You saw it's Mutul Anim. Okay, question. It allows you to chodesh chutz la'aretz. But there is one that holds in chutz la'aretz, you don't have anything chodesh. Sheken bo la'atir lav shebetoicho. Yeah, but minchas ha'omer allows you to eat the minchas ha'omer itself. Minchas ha'omer is chodesh. Before you bring it to Beis Hamikdash, you can't eat it. After you bring it to Beis Hamikdash, you can eat it, even though it's shvita. Rashi says that maybe it's still used to shvita. But the Yisur Chodesh goes away. Okay? What are we trying to get to? I want to tell you, I don't need a plus to tell you Treifa is also a Mizbeach. I'll tell you if it's also Lehedjoit, of course it's also Mizbeach. So they go, no, but Minchas Ha'omer is also Lehedjoit and Mutal Mizbeach. So they go, no, Minchas is different because it's Matir. So the Moses says Treifa is also Matir. The question will be like this. That is the mitzvah. The mitzvah is to bring it. What do you want? Of course. And this goes back to what we said before. We have done Memutal Yisrael. But if that's the mitzvah, so even though it's, the Torah told you to do it. That's one of the answers. Gabi Yom Kippur. That's the mitzvah, to bring the carbon. So we slugged up one answer, and the Gemara says, I'll bring another one. What about Ketayris? Ketayris is also so you see something's also going to Gavoya. It's more about, first it jumps on the lashon, the lingo. Mefatim Gavur, Mefatim is the one who prepares the Ketayris. What's the shakas over here? Ela Pitum Ketayris, meaning the Ketayris itself. So they want to say back the question, so again, it's not a Gurayo. Says the Gemara, what about Shabbos? You can bring Karbanas on Shabbos. No, but Shabbos, you could be, it is allowed to do, you could do Bismillah on Shabbos. So he says, Ato Mila, do you do Mila Mitzvah? Mila? I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing Mila because Baruch told me. It's like an Avodah. That's his mitzvah. Same question. Same answer. It's mitzvah v'kach. We know that big dick Kehuna is made of kilayim. We do have kilayim, but tzitzis. Ato tzitzis tzorech had to do. How mitzvah? It's also mitzvah. Okay? So that we'll stop over here because the one is going to continue with the Shak V'Tayo. What is the one trying to get to? The one trying to tell me this whole back and forth is we want to say you have a pasuk that tells me that Shreifa is Asul L'Gabem Mizbech. So of course it's Asul L'Gabem Mizbech. It's Asul L'Hedjut, of course it's Asul L'Gabem Mizbech. So the one tries to say I'll bring you a few things that are Asul L'Hedjut. I said it's Asul L'Hedjut because it's Asul L'Mizbech. So we know there's a few things that are Asul L'Hedjut and Mutal Mizbech. So one tries to bring each one you have an answer. And the main answer we had in the last few lines is it's mitzvah mikach. That's the mitzvah. That's a mitzvah. We don't know mitzvah to bring treifa to be some English. So maybe treifa is to be also. So why do we need a pasuk? That's going to continue on the sugya to figure out why we need this pasuk. So go to we shall stop over here, and we shall continue from here on Shabbos morning at 8 a.m.